Hello everyone, welcome to Southern Wreaths. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and share my video. Today I'm going to show you how I make this really cute orange, black, white Halloween wreath with spiders. These are the supplies I'm going to use to make this wreath. I'm going to do a 21-inch mesh poof base and then do ruffles in black, so it's going to be an all black wreath. I have my adorable sign that I got from Craft Outlet. I went ahead and cut my ribbon because I'm cutting it at 14 inches and it takes a while, and I was watching TV and bored, so I went ahead and cut it. I just used my mat to measure, but you could also make a piece of cardboard that's 14 inches. I do have two here that are going to have to go together because I only had 4 of this one and I really wanted to use this one because it has the spider webs. So I'm just going to have to alternate. I only have 2 of these, so I'll figure out how to do that once I get started. I am going to put all 6 ribbons in each bundle. So I'm going to do this wreath a little bit differently than I normally do. But to start, I'm just going to go ahead and make the same poof base I always make and go ahead and ruffle everything. To start, I'm going to go ahead and add my pipe cleaners. I'm adding 1 to each crossbar on the center. I added around the two rings and then twist it 3 times. And I'll end up with 6 on the inside. For the outside, I'm going to pick a random crossbar to start. I'm just going to go around the 2 outside rings and again twisting 3 times. Once I'm done adding that first pipe cleaner, I'm going to lay it along the wire, the second from the outside wire. Where it ends is where I'm going to add my next pipe cleaner, and I'll do that exact same thing going all the way around the outside, and I'll end up with 8 ties on the outside. Okay, so after I add my pipe cleaners, I just go ahead and open the outside ones. And you can see this mesh is just basic mesh. You can see straight through it. It makes a wonderful base for a wreath. And if you're wondering why add it at all, it's because it gives you really nice height and thickness to your wreath. So I'm going to start by adding the poof to a crossbar where I have a pipe cleaner. And I add it with a zip tie. I'm not using the pipe cleaner yet. Now I'll just use my wire cutters to cut it away. So I'm going to do a poof base, and I'm just going to use my mat to help me measure. So I think I'll do 10-inch poofs for this wreath. So I'm just going to measure from 20 to 10. And when I get to the 10, I just squeeze it tighter so it doesn't move. Or, so my hand doesn't keep sliding. Then I'll add it into the pipe cleaner. I twist 1.5 times and then fluff. And I'll do this going all the way around. Squeeze and add. And you could do 12-inch poofs too if you wanted to. Once I get to the last poof, I'm going to use the pipe cleaner that I didn't use to begin with, the one underneath the zip tie. So I just lay the mesh over it and just pull it around and use it just like I've been using the other ones. So when I'm moving to the inside, I like to open my pipe cleaners first and then pull the mesh into the closest one. And then I'll only twist once when I pull it in. I'm basically just making it where I don't have a poof that goes diagonal. And then I will just continue making my 10-inch poofs. And twisting 1.5 times. When adding my last poof on the outside, I'm just going to open up that original pipe cleaner that I pulled the mesh in with and add my last poof. If I could find where my pipe cleaner went. And then I will trim away the roll of mesh. And then I like to pull apart the poofs and push this through to the back. And attach it again with a zip tie. This just makes it where it's not going to come undone. It's like a guarantee. You can just use your pipe cleaner, especially if you're making it for yourself. But personally, I don't trust them to hold it when I've just got like a little tiny piece of mesh hanging out. Alright, there's my poof base. I'll go around and fluff it a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and cut my ruffles. I'm going to trim this off. It's a little messy. I'm just going to use my rotary cutter. You could cut your ruffles whatever size you like. I always like to cut them at 24 inches. That way I only need one roll when I'm doing my 14 ties. I just use my mat. I pull out to the 24 mark, grab it at 0, pull to the center, and cut. And I'll do this 14 times. Once I have all my mesh cut, I'm going to go ahead and start ruffling. I just like to put something heavy on it and then lay it flat. You take your fingers, you use your thumbs to hold it down, and these two fingers pull. And you just gather it up. Find my pipe cleaners and just add the ruffle in as centered as possible. And you could use different colors for this method. You wouldn't have to just use black on black. I wanted it to be pretty, you know, poofy and fluffy. But I did want an all black base, so this is the best way for me to do that. And here I'll show you the ruffle one more time. So I'll put something heavy, lay it flat. These two fingers don't really move. You just gather it up. Alright, I'm going to continue adding ruffles to the entire wreath, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with my ribbons. And I do like to overlap the ruffles where they're cut, just to kind of make a circle. I finished adding the ruffles to my wreath. I really love black Halloween wreaths. They just make me happy. So I went through and organized the ribbon the way I want to add it to the wreath. I've cut some pipe cleaners in half because I think I'm just going to add them with this. I'm not going to add them into the existing pipe cleaners because I'm going to do it differently. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some pipe cleaners to my sign. And I'm going to use my staple gun. Try to get them as evenly as possible. And since I am not going to use the pipe cleaners on the wreath, I'm going to go through with my glue stick and roll these down. And I'm just doing them together. They don't have to be perfect. I just want them out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and add my sign before my ribbon, and I am going to center it. I'm just going to feed the pipe cleaners through the mesh to the frame. I'm just kind of pulling apart the ruffles, pushing it through to the back, and I'm just wrapping the pipe cleaners around the wire frame. Alright. I'm going to twist it a few times and then wrap it around the wire on the inside. This just keeps it from moving and keeps it out of the way. Looks a little nicer. Okay, so for my ribbons, I'm going to get them as evenly as I can. And of course you could do this with any style wreath, so it doesn't have to be Halloween. Just do six ribbons together, fold them in half, pinch in the middle, and then take either a full piece or a half a piece of a pipe cleaner, fold it in half, and make sure you get it, you know, right in the center. You could pull it up to make sure it's all even. So you're going to pull the ribbon this way. This helps it fluff up. I'm going to get this as evenly as I can, and then I'm going to squeeze it and twist my ribbon. This gets a really tight hold. I'll do it 3 or 4 times. I'm not going to fluff my ribbon until I put it on the wreath. But I'm going to go ahead and make all of my ribbon bundles before I add. Since I have 2 of these bundles that have this sheer mesh, I'm going to make sure, or ribbon, I'm going to make sure I put them on either end of the wreath. So I think what I'm going to do is do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might not need 6, but we'll see. So I'm just going to take the pipe cleaner and feed it down to the frame. I'm pulling apart the ruffles. I'm going to twist it just like I did when I added the sign. And I'm pretty sure I said this, but I did these at 14 inches, so they come out a little bit further since I'm attaching them a lot further down. And then I'm just going to fluff my ribbon, and you could fluff it any way you want. I just kind of do opposites. It took me a little while to fluff this. You could probably pre-fluff it, but I like doing it that way. So I'm going to see. I'll add that one here. This one I know will go here because I want it across. This one, and this one. Alright, yeah, I think I'll be able to add the 6. And like I said, you could fluff it before. I'm just going to see what that looks like. It might be a little bit harder because there's nothing to hold it down, but I just kind of do the opposite. So if I go this way with the ribbon, I'll do the opposite on the other side. I really like the way this turned out. It kind of looks like a ribbon flower. And you could make your ribbon longer if you wanted to. And then you'll just refluff again. And you'll probably end up messing with it for a while till you're happy with the way it looks. And now I'm going to go around and finish adding all of my ribbon bundles. Finished adding all of my ribbon bundles. I kind of moved some around and tucked some behind the sign so they look natural. I really like the way this turned out. It's not too crowded with ribbon. I like being able to see all the black underneath. And I think it's fun. You could do this with so many different kinds of wreaths. You could do it for Christmas or just anything really. That's how I made my orange and black Happy Halloween wreath. If y'all have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or you can email me at craftingwithlee@yahoo.com. Thanks so much for watching, and if y'all learned anything today or like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.